No.
Hi everyone. Sorry. Hi everyone. Good evening. Oops. Okay. Welcome to today's live section. I'm just starting, and thank you for joining. Can you just drop a comment in the comment section saying hi? You can tell me where you're joining from. If you're also new to the channel, you can give us a like and also subscribe. We'd like to have you in the community. On this channel, I show myself live stream working on clients' locks and sometimes braids. At the same time, I post 2 short videos every day and a weekly video, and we have a lot of live sections. So if this is your vibe, kindly click on the like button and let's get the Retie Microlocs Retie appointment today started. Let's see if we can get the likes up to 10, and then I'm gonna, so that we have more people locate the live section and join us on this live stream today. My name is Kemi, in case this is the first time you are joining, and I'm a loctician. I'm in Canada. Okay, so how's your day been? How are you doing? If you're all good, thank you so much for joining in the live section. So this is a 6 weeks retire appointment, okay? And for this client, I use 3-point rotation. I would show you what that is in a bit. Once we get our first few likes coming, I would do a slow motion of how to work with your crochet to achieve that rotation, okay? Sorry, okay, let me spray. So when you're walking, it's good you just spray your hydrating mist to help with tension when pulling through. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining once again. Yorubawa, thank you for the like and the comment. Okay, I think this is better. I'm trying to make sure I get the best view for the live section without showing. Yeah, this is great. If I show you, let's see. Mama, change it. Yeah. Better. Thank you for joining on the live section. My name is KemLis. It's good to be here again. This is the second live section we are doing for the day. And right now, what I'm working on is Microlocs, Retie. Can you just join the poll and let me know if you have locks or not? Okay. And we can type in the comment section in case you have locks, what you're struggling with your locks. I might be able to chip in one or two things, or you could just tell me what you like most about locks. For me, that would be the fact that you wake up every day ready. You don't have to detangle, you don't have to comb out your hair. That is one major one for me. What would it be for you? One thing you like about having locks, or if you don't have locks, do you have any plan of doing that? Let me know in the comment section. And please don't forget to click on the like button, subscribe to the channel so that you would be aware when I come with all the live sections. Every week we have a minimum of 3 live sections going on. Thank you for the likes. I see them coming in. So for this client, this is the 6 weeks retire appointment. Our retires are done every 6 weeks, which is a good one. Okay. When I retire the roots, I also try to clean up the length of the lock so that everything is beautiful and well done, reducing the frizz. We are doing a 3-point rotation, and I'll show you shortly a slow motion on how that is done. Hello, welcome to the live stream for today. We are doing a Microlocs retie using 3-point rotation. I would show you how to do a 3-point rotation right away. First, I would like to say that if you have locks, it's good for you to know the rotation your loctician uses for your locks, okay? So that should, in case for any reason you have to go to another loctician to get your locks done, they'll be able to be consistent with your retie routines, okay? What this does is that, look at how our locks are like straight, the same size all over. When you change your rotation, the size is going to change. If you go to 4-point, it's going to get thinner. If you go to 2-point, it's going to get bigger. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why people's locks are not the same cylindrical size all through, just one of them. So it's good for you to know your rotation. So to do a 3-point rotation, it can be done 2 ways. This is a way, it's just like the clock. We have 12, 9, 6, 3. So you want to use 3 points. So now I'm going to do a 6, 3, 12. Now that's 3 rotation. I'll come back to the 3. If I have more air, I'm going to do a 6, okay? If not, it's okay to end your rotation 2 ways, downwards or sideways. Downwards or sideways, okay? Ending it in the upward fashion will not allow the lock to lay down. It's going to be something like this, which is not something you want. You want it to face the right direction. Once again, I would just like to say, in case you've not clicked on the like button, this is the time to do so that we have the more people discover this live section and benefit from what is going on here. Also, if you are new to the community, you can click on the subscribe button and let's grow together. Okay. In case you have any questions regarding your locks journey, or if you're considering starting locks, you can just shoot me the questions. I'll be very happy to respond to them. I would show the 3-point rotation once again. What I'm using this pin for is a 0.5 mm pin, super thin tips. It's just to clean up the frizz on your locks, okay? So here we go again. And you need to know where the last rotation was done. This one ended sideways. You will know because the hair will divide in that direction. I don't know if you can see this. So it shows that it ended sideways. Now that tells me that I cannot go start from sideways. If I start from any of the sides, then I'll create a hole in our locks. Hence, you go the other direction. So I'm doing 6, 3, 12, 3. I'm gonna take a break from talking for a bit, then I'll come back to give you a few tips on lock maintenance. Okay, thank you for the patience. In the next couple of minutes, I'm going to be sharing that tip, so stay tuned and subscribe. Click on the like button. Hi everyone, thank you for your patience. And so if you are new to the channel, my name is Kemi and I'm a loctician in Winnipeg. I would like you to drop a like if you are joining me right now on the live section. This would help push the stream to many people and would increase our visibility on the stream. So please click on the live section, and I have a question and answer pinned. The question is that what are your lock struggles? Like, what are your struggles with your locks? That's if you have locks. If you don't, what do you think, in case you want to have locks, what are you scared of, or what would you like answers on? Let's get the comment busy. You can drop a comment and I'll be very happy to give you a response immediately. So please click on the subscribe button on this channel. What I do is to bring you live content as I'm working on client hair. So answers to real life hair care questions. That's what you get, okay? So click on the like button, click on the subscribe button. Today we are doing a lock maintenance. It's more like a retie because I'm using this pin. Talking of this pin, it's a crochet pin. You need to use the right size for the locks, okay? If not, it's difficult to pull through. You're causing tension when you're pulling through. It slows you down as a loctician, and also it could cause the client's hair to get damaged. So you need to be sure you're using the right size. My rule of thumb for when I just started for making sure I'm using the right one is when I've pulled through 2 or 3 times and each time I'm getting stuck, it's not coming easily, then I know the size is wrong. Okay, yeah. This is 39 minutes into the appointment and we've gotten almost halfway. That is fast, right? Towards the end, I would give you a arc for speed. If you are interested, stick around. That will come up shortly. Hi, Yorubawa. Hello. Thank you for joining us today and for dropping a comment. I'm still waiting on answers to the questions. While we wait on that, I would show you the 3-point rotation once again, slowly so that you could watch. And could you let me know in the comment section if you self-retire or if you have a loctician? Okay, so this is how it goes. Hello. Thank you for engaging with the question. I have Sureta say just started logs. Well, let me welcome you to the logs journey. That must be very exciting, and I'm happy. I'm happy for you, really. So, what kind of logs did you get? If you don't mind sharing that information, is it Microlocs, sister logs, or starter logs? We could build a discussion around that. I'll be happy to tell you a few things about your lock journey, what you should watch out for, what you should do. I'm sure your loctician is going to give you all that information, but it would be nice to discuss around it for the sake of others. And Yorubawa said not really. So that means that they are not struggling with their locks. Oh, that's a good one. I'm happy to hear that. Just for discussion's sake, people have different experience with their locks, like different experience. And one of the major one I have noticed is thinning. Thinning, that's when your locks just gets thinner. Look at this one now. See how the size is consistent all through. With locks, patience is key. That's number one. The lock that motivated you to start your journey, your locks might not look like that. So everybody's hair is unique. Your hair is going to mature in its own way. However, you need to be patient to see the results that you want to see. Talking about thinning, one of the things I found to cause that early is when you don't maintain your lock routine. And I'm not saying that from the point of being a loctician, I'm saying it from what I've seen across board, right? So let's say your locks needs to be retied every 6 to 8 weeks max. That's if you have micro locks or sister locks. You need to just retire within that time frame. And you wait for like 12 weeks. I've seen a client wait for 8 months before the next retire. You can check that video on there's a short video about it, how I rescued the locks. But it's just a rescue mission. It's not going to be the same as if you had maintained your routine. So what happens when you wait too long is that as a new growth comes out from little things like itching your scalp or washing your hair would rip off some of the strands. Like when you do this, just rips off some of the strands. It's not intentional, but it's easier to happen because now the growth is long. That way it's going to detach the hair from the locks. And of course, when we retie it, we have less volume of hair that we should retie for that strand. That would make the locks to thin out. Okay. If you are just joining the conversation, please click on the like button, put in your comment, and subscribe to the channel. We talk about everything natural hair on this channel. Thank you so much for joining. So that's one of the things I find to lead to your locks thinning out. Is actually the major one when you don't maintain your routine. Another thing is when different rotations are being used on your locks. For example, you started with interlocking method, let's say 4-point rotation, and then your routines are done in 2-point rotation. Okay, of course the size will be different. It's going to be thinner than what you started with. That's another thing that could cause your locks to thin out. Okay, another thing I find to cause this is, let's say if you have scalp issues that you did not address before starting your locks. For me, when I have clients come in for consultation, That's one of the questions we have to talk about. Do you have any scalp issue? It's best you treat the issues you might have. Maybe you have dandruff or extremely itchy scalp. It's good to treat those first before getting locks. If not, you might get frustrated on your locks journey. Yeah, so that's a few things to talk about tinning locks. If you have any other question, you can drop it in the comment section and let's talk about it. If your locks are thinned out before, can you put that in the comment or tell me why it's thinned out? Or if you're scared it's going to thin out, you can also let me know. Another thing I forgot is when you start with the wrong size of locks. So a lot of people want Microlocs, we want sister locks, we want a lot of locks. But if your hair porosity is not right for it and you start, it might just thin out down the line. Okay, so that's another thing, starting with the wrong size. I've had people say, oh, I want 700 locks. Good. When I do your consultation, I'm just going to tell you with your volume of hair, the density, the texture, and everything, I think it's safe to have 320 locks so that you don't thin out fast. So if they say yes, great. If no, well, great also. So that's another thing that could cause you from having your locks thin out. Okay, let's take a pause and I would come back to pick up another discussion topic from the questions I had in my earlier section today. Okay, thank you once again for joining the live section. If you've not already subscribed, please click on the subscribe button. On this channel, we talk about everything on your locks journey, on your natural hair, products you could use, and life generally. Okay, my name is Kemi and I'll be right back. Okay, thank you for your patience. In case you saw me demonstrating with my hands, myself and my clients were just having a discussion as to how I figure out for each lock what direction to start the rotation on. So I explained that I had explained earlier how to do 3-point rotations. I will show that again shortly. But however, either you're doing 3-point rotations or 4-point rotations, the air will divide in the direction of your last pull or rotation. I'll show you what I mean in a bit. Ma? Okay. So let me try to zoom in for this one. If you look at this lock, okay, oh, okay, this is better. You would see, sorry, can you turn your head like this? Okay, it's not focused. Why? So for this one, I ended in this direction. You can see my hands just comes and is easily divided in that direction. So that means my last pull was a downward pull. I would not want to do a downward pull again, because if I do that, I'm going to create a gap in our locks. That's what we call O's. So the reason why people have O's in their locks is when the same rotation is used over and over again. So the best thing to do is to go in another direction. That way you're creating a perfect interlock. Okay, let me know if that made sense. If not, I would show it again. Like for this one too, it finished in a downward direction. See, my hands can just come this way, you see. But if I want to go this way, I will need to create the hole myself. So that means it finished in a downward direction. I have to start my rotation from the side. Now I can go this way, come to the side, then finish it again in a downward direction. I had mentioned earlier that it's good to finish either in a downward direction or sideways. Never finish your rotation upwards. If you have locks in the, and you're joining us for this live, do you mind letting me know if you self-retie or if you have a loctician do it for you? I know a couple of people who self-retie. However, once in a while, they have to come for a loctician to do it for them. And it's because of this reason. They might have done it same direction a couple of times without realizing it, therefore creating gaps in their locks. So when they come in, we fix that gap. Okay. Once again, thank you for joining this live section. If you are new to the community, please click on the subscribe button and join us. I bring everything hair care routine your way. Live sections, weekly, 2 shorts daily, and a long form video every week. Okay. And the reason why I use this pin is that when I use it to reinforce the locks, like this one feels like it's not tight enough, so I just reduce the frizz by doing this. I'm wearing your way too. You sure? No, well. Ó ń dàbí pé èèyàn lọ́ọ̀kẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. Ó dàbí normal hair.
Ìyẹn ọwọ́ ẹ̀yẹn.
So méjì mo ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Eléyìí tí máa ti rí next one máa show yín.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Bóyá àwọn ìtẹ́ já. So ó jẹ́ kó dà kó owó ẹ̀ tú.
Actually.
Yeah. Torí tẹ́ bá ti já, ẹ mọ̀ pé ti. Yeah.
But what am I supposed to do? Because, well, so for instance, mo kàn fẹ́ fi ṣe example yẹn.
Yeah.
Bí lè ṣe rí báyìí. Màá rí àti ṣe róbó.
Yeah.
But láti dájú pé fẹ́ já kúrò láàrin. Akọ ní kíní tíírín kan báyìí.
The strand tíírín tó dì mọ́.
Máa wọ̀ pé kíní point máa kàn gbé dànù.
Okay. Káìpẹ́ ní small pin yìí, ẹ lè try láti ṣe. If not, ẹ kàn try kẹ́ roll ẹ̀ mọ́
ẹnu yẹn.
Kẹ́ roll ẹ̀ mọ́ okay or something. Tí n bá ti rí màá correct ẹ̀.
Ó ti yé mi. Ó ti yé mi o. Because ó dà pé ẹnu yẹn, but ẹnu yẹn sọ tí n bá feel ó máa súnkì padà lọ bá àbí or something.
Yeah.
As in without tí n bá gé, it would.
At least you'll be able to repair it. Yeah.
I think that's the process of the end blunting, but
Yeah.
sometimes it just pulls apart and
It's budding.
it's body. Okay. Richie.
Hello, Uvis. Thank you for the comment. I will need to translate that. I'm sorry. Lowest. Can't even try. But however, thank you so much for interacting with the live stream. That means a lot to me. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tàn báyìí. Ibi ń pa ṣéèkì.
Definitely. Èmi àti yín ni.
Hi, thank you for joining today's live stream. My name is Kemi, and on this channel, what I do is to bring you live appointments when I have clients come in for all things hair related, from starting of Microlocs to sister locks to traditional locks, or even lock maintenance like we are doing today. This is a maintenance 6 weeks appointment for Microlocs. So this is just to retie the roots and smoothen the body So earlier I had mentioned that I would give a hack on how to use this crochet and get high speed. Okay, just stay tuned. I'll be doing that shortly. For people who are just joining us, please click on the subscribe button to join the community. We would like to have you here. If caring for your hair is your thing, then this is the channel to join. Daily I upload 2 shorts, and weekly I have 1 live video at least, and then for lives we come as many times as possible. Today this is the second live section. Earlier during the day I showed how to do feeding braids, okay, and that was awesome. So now I would like to explain 3-point rotations once again for people who are just joining us, and is pulling the locks through 3 directions, just like as I'm doing it here. I will explain the directions. There are 2 ways to achieve that. One is to use, so imagine a clock. Its hands can be 12 p.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m., or 9 p.m. So for this, and then you need to know where to start. This log tells me that the last rotation was at 3 p.m. So I'm going to do a 6 p.m. now. Then I'll go to the 9 p.m., come back to 6 p.m. If I have more room to pull through, do a 3 p.m. And that's 3-point rotation. You just go like this. You don't complete the 4th direction you want. Either you do this or you do this. You don't complete the 4th one. So I had mentioned earlier that it's best for you to end the rotations downward or sideways. Okay, yeah. So let's talk about your using of products for your locks. If you have locks in the house, can you tell me what your experience is with products? Do you like using a lot of products in your locks or not? By product, I mean maybe shampoo, conditioner, leave-in conditioner, oil, and every other thing, mousse, everything. What's your take about using products for locks? I will tell you what my experience has been. I've been a loctician for quite a number of years. I can't even remember when I started anymore. However, I would explain what I think with locks. Just for information's sake, do you know the cause of build-ups in locks? Have you seen people's lock that looks like whitish? You touch it and then see how I'm touching this and it's super clean. You know this lock is well maintained. Okay, so what do you think about the causes of build-up? I'll give you a few minutes to think about that. Then I'll come and explain what I think, what I've experienced, and what I've seen in the years I've been a loctician. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. And also when I'm back, we will talk about my hack for speed. This Retie session started less than 2 hours ago, and we have all this. I know people would be locked for almost the whole day. Yeah, so I'll tell you what I do that helps me with speeding up the appointment time. Yeah, I'll be right back. Thank you for joining in. Please click on the like button, subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. My name is Kemi, and I bring to you all things about hair care. You know, agree? Hi everyone. Thank you so much for being a part of this live stream. And today what I'm doing is Microlocs Retie. Earlier, sorry about the background noise. Yeah, it's that time of the day. So earlier I've shown how to do 3-point rotation, and I promised to come give an hack on how I maintain speed when I do my reties. This has only taken less than 2 hours to have it done. Do you need to pick the call? I can mute for you. No, okay. Okay. For the last time, I'm gonna show a 3-point rotation. Oh my God, somebody's super happy. It's dinner time here, so my kids are happy to have that. They're grateful for dinner. Can't wait to join them. Yeah. So, oh my God. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. So, I'll show you 2 ways to have the 3-point rotation done. The first one is what I'm doing here. I would give the explanation now on the next lock I pick. I know a few people do self-retie. My advice is that when you self-retie, just make sure you're not going in the same direction more than once. Change the direction. If not, you're going to be causing holes in your lock. So this is me doing the 6 p.m. pull, 3 p.m. pull. So if you are doing it yourself, come back to either 6 p.m. or go to 9. If you come back to 6 p.m., that is 2-point rotation. If you go to 9, that is 3-point rotation. But because I cannot finish it off on sorry about that, I had to keep quiet. So I was saying that if you don't have room to pull the third one, you can just do 2 rotations, but don't make that your go-to thing if your retie is for 3-point rotation. So with this, I'm starting with a 6 p.m. I'll go to 3 p.m., then 12, come back to 3 p.m. It's also good to end in the direction where you want the hair to lie down. So if you want the hair to fall to the side, then you end it sideways. If you want the hair to fall to the back, then you have to end it backwards. Okay, that's one way to have it done. The other way is to go 6, 9, 6, 3. See how I'm not going to 12. So that's another way to have your 3-point rotation done. All right, if you're just joining us today, we've been doing a retie section for Microlocs, and I've shown how to do 3-point rotation. The replay will be available by tomorrow, so you could check the replay if you've missed some of the things we've talked about, some of the acts I've shared, and all that. So now I want to show you how I'm able to maintain speed. You just have to know how the crochet hook works. That's a trick. Okay, so when I use this, I've mentioned that you have to make sure you're using the right size. They come in different sizes. You need to be able to determine what the right size is for your client. See, these are 2 different sizes. and this one is really tiny. So you need to determine what would work best. And one way to figure out how it is, when you're just starting by trial and error, with time you just know. You just know. Okay, so what I do is when I put it in, I put the hair in the hook. Once you do this, all you have to do is just pull through. See how the latch closes by itself. See? Let me see if I can zoom in. My client wants to see too. Oh my god. Okay, it's zoomed now. See? When you put it here, the weight is going to make the hook to just close by itself. You see that motion? Then you pull through. So that means you only have to do one thing. Put the lock in the latch, in the hook, and then the latch closes by itself. That reduces the number of things you have to do, as against if I try to just do this. You see, it could come off while you're trying to do it. When it goes there, it's possible that the hair, it could pick some of the hair that I don't want it to pick. Now it just picked something I don't want it to pick because I've not kept this in. Then now there's no way I'm going to pull through because it's hooked on something else. So just putting it first before pulling through helps making the pull seamless. Okay, sorry about the background noise. And one last thing, you would see me using this pin. This is 0.5 mm crochet. Okay, and I use it to just clean up the frizz. Frizz is one of the major struggles when you start your locks. Not all the hair would, it takes a while for locks to mature. So while you're going through the maturity stage, you're going to experience frizz. And as a loctician, if you know how to use this crochet pin, wow, that's gonna be of great service. People charge more to use this pin. It's what we use for instant lock. Learning it is a painful process because you keep stabbing your hand. See how fast I've gotten using it. But when you just start, you have blisters all over. I have a video where I explain how to have it done, but I could show a slow-mo of how to use the pin. Okay, this is my 3-point rotation. I want it to end downwards. To use the pin, the tip would face down, and then you go this way. It's pulling the hair. I'm not sure if you can see it. Then you turn upwards, you go, and then you pull another hair. That way it's cleaning up all the loose hair and is locking them together. You just continue that motion. That's how to start extensions, lock extensions. Next week I'll be having a live video where we're going to be creating some extensions for a client. So if that is something you like to know how to do, people sell human hair extension for $500, 100 pieces. That's what I charge for what I'll be doing. And the product you need is less than $100 to have the 100 pieces, and then speed. But however, the profit is more than, that's like about 400% profit. Yeah, so it's a skill you could have. If that's your vibe, click on the subscribe button and turn on your notification so that you know when I go live and I'm teaching that technique. Okay, I want to appreciate everyone for joining today's live section. If you're watching the replay, when I bring it on, you can put in the comment section replay so that I would know that you joined the replay, and I'll be very happy to respond. If you have any questions you'd like me to attend to, please drop it in the comment section. I respond to every comment, okay? And this is a growing channel. You subscribing to the channel will go a long way in increasing the visibility for the channel. So thank you once again for joining us today. My name is KemLis, and Yeah. Okay, I figured it out. Sometimes your lock can unravel. It's part of the process, which is why we like to say that patience is key when you have locks. But it all ends about 2 years after you've started your lock process. Everything is fully matured and you can just enjoy the freedom that comes with having locks. However, don't forget to maintain your retie routines. Yeah, because that helps your lock to grow without any complications. And I asked a question earlier about products. I just remembered. Yeah. So with locks, little is great. You really don't need a lot of products in your locks. It's one of the major reasons people start their locks journey. Okay? Because you don't want to spend too much on products. All you need is to have a good shampoo. Okay, and you need your spray bottle where you have your hydrating mist. And in your spray bottle, water and oil. I'm so sorry. Water and oil is perfect. That's all you need. Depending on how dry your hair feels, you spray that on a daily basis. You don't want to drench your hair, you just want enough to keep it hydrated. Okay, I'll show you my spray bottle in case you're wondering what I use, and I'll also tell you the concentration that is good for your locks. I want to thank everybody that subscribed today. That is going to make my day. And I also want to thank everybody that clicked on the like button and interacted with me through chat or the poll. That is super great. Thank you so much. Okay, and we're on the last locks. I'm super excited. So that brings this life to an end. However, you can stick around to see how I wrap up. Okay, so we're gonna spray. It's okay. Let me show. Then I can shift you forward. Okay.
And we also did water splash. I'm crazy at it. We have to make our hair crazy on crazy habit. Not everyone does crazy habit, Rita. You don't have to.
This is what we have here. It's good to still maintain the grid, as is a must actually, not as much as possible. It's a must to maintain the grid. And one thing that helps is maintaining your retie routine. If you want to have your parts clean, looking like you just had your lock installed, then that's something you should be doing. Thank you for watching to the end. I'll come back your way tomorrow. My name is KemLis. Please click on the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Bye. Sumi.
Thank you. You have tried. You're tired, sir.